All right, so we're in here now and we're gonna be applying the stripes on the car. You guys see we have it masked off, and this is not an easy task. It takes a lot of time, and we had a lot of hands on deck getting this thing laid out that way it looks the way it needs to. So we've got our stripe on the trunk, we've got our stripes on the side masked off, and then we have our hood masked off. And you guys seen I was sanding this with the 800 Kovac sky pads to get this thing knocked down. That way we have adhesion. And we're gonna seal this so we get adhesion, not just go right into the base coat, because I don't like the way the base coat sticks when you do this kind of custom stuff. So we're gonna hit it with a thin coat of sealer, and then we're gonna go ahead and move into the white and then clear it. But we gotta make sure we pull the stripes before this thing sets up all the way. That way it comes out the best way and it lays down a little bit once it dries. So we're gonna go ahead and bag it now, and then we're gonna be shooting it. All right, so the car is fully bagged now. And we went around, made sure that we got all our areas taped up tight, because you don't want to have any gaps, especially when you're at this stage of this type of a job now. With one little hole, you can get blow in and have a problem. So you guys see here on the jams, before we put the bag on, we went ahead and masked up all the cracks. That way, when it settles through here, it doesn't have a chance of coming out and having overspray on the outside. So we got it sealed up tight. And this was sanded with the 800 grit. And now we're gonna go ahead and clean it with an alcohol-based cleaner. That way it dries quick and it doesn't have any chance of seeping down and irritating any of the adhesive on the masking. So we're ready to go for the stripe. We're gonna go ahead now, we'll clean it up, and then we'll start sealing it. All right, so we've got the sealer on it, and I told you guys I over-reduced it. I want it to lay down nice and thin. That way it doesn't build up too much. And the only reason I did that was for actual adhesion. So I like the way that that sealer sticks better than the latex and the water-based. So I've had years back, I've done a couple jobs where I just went right into the actual base, and then when I went to peel it, it didn't want to stick that good. So I like to use the solvent first, and that way it has adhesion, and then move into your water base and then your clear coat. So we're gonna go ahead now. We've mixed up something close to the actual color back when GM was using code 11 back in 1972. We've got something identical that we've mixed up now in the water base, and we're gonna go ahead and apply that. All right, so we've got the 2 coats of clear on it, and on that job there, we went with a different clear. We went with the 2042. It's a speed clear. It's got good UV protection, but it's a little bit thinner. That way we don't have such a big edge by using that real high solid clear on it. So we're gonna let it set up, and then we're gonna be removing all the paper and plastic, getting it all unmasked. That way we make sure that we get it while it's soft, and it'll still lay down a little bit and give it a really nice look once we pull that fine line. So we're gonna let it tack up, and then we'll be pulling it. So he's gonna be putting the chrome back on it, all the grill. He's got the 442 grill for it and everything, the bumper in the back with the tulip where the bumper goes through like the rear 442. So this is gonna be a real beautiful car when it's done, and he's definitely gonna be bringing it back to us. That way we can see it all finished up, and I'll show you guys it. And I was thinking maybe I'll bring mine in that day. That way we could have them both next to each other and check them out. So I hope you guys like this one. I really enjoyed this one. It definitely was a lot of work, and the stripes are definitely tedious to lay out, and we had multiple hands on it. So I appreciate you guys for sticking there with me through it. Give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one.